what's up? It's James Anderson, and tonight I wanted to talk about something super simple but I believe to be undervalued, and that is belief in self. So we see it in memes on Instagram, Facebook, and random other social media bullshit. But what is it really? Maybe about a month ago I stumbled across the term self-efficacy, and I didn't know what it meant. I Googled it and I was able to educate myself on it. So the actual definition for self-efficacy is an individual's belief in their capacity to execute behaviors necessary to produce specific performance attainments. And, oddly enough, it popped up in this book that I'm reading called The 6 Pillars of Self-Esteem. I highly recommend it. In the book, it refers to it as confidence in the functioning of the mind and the ability to think, understand, learn, choose, and make decisions, self-trust or self-reliance. So, it seems so simple to say, oh yeah, believe in yourself. You just got to believe in yourself. But for some reason, when it was phrased like this, it hit me on a different level. It's not believing that I'm going to fucking set out to do something and I'm going to be great at it. It's not believing that, if I take up boxing, I'm going to become, the heavyweight champion of the world. It's believing that I will pursue, whatever it is that I'm trying to accomplish, that I will put in the work, that I will learn what I need to learn, that I will persevere, because I'm capable of doing so. It's believing that you're capable of doing whatever it is that you're trying to do, regardless of, how hard it's going to be, or, how frightening it may seem. It's not trusting that you're not going to fuck up, but trusting that if you do fuck up, you'll be able to fix it, that you'll be able to figure it out. It's really just trusting yourself to figure shit out along the way, knowing that you're capable of doing what the fuck you have to do to reach whatever it is that you're trying to reach. So my first experience with self-efficacy came from getting clean from heroin. And, at the time I didn't realize that that's what was going on. But throughout the process of, beating the habit physically, and then the long road of working to learn how to live without, the use of substances after 10 years of drug and alcohol abuse, was a long process. And there came a point where I looked back and realized, like, wow, I just achieved something that I never believed was possible for myself. I managed to, overcome something that is, and don't get me wrong, it's not like a part of the past. It's a continuous process. It's something that I work on daily. But I was able to, whereas when I was using, I came from a perception of complete hopelessness. Once I was able to get clean and stay clean, I was able to have this, this confidence in myself, this belief that if I can do that, I can really do whatever the fuck I set my mind to. And it manifested when I did my first bodybuilding competition. I had no experience in that, and I didn't know how well it would work out, but I persevered. I stuck through it. I learned what I needed to learn. I talked to people who I needed to talk to, and that worked out pretty well for me. When I decided to become a certified personal trainer, I thought I knew some shit. I thought it was in the bag. I thought it was going to be very simple. And when I got the textbook from NASM in the mail and I opened it up, I was like, I'm fucked. There's no fucking way I can learn this. Just the vocabulary in the book alone was foreign. It was like reading fucking French or some shit. And I was very overwhelmed, and I didn't know how the fuck I was going to accomplish getting this certification, especially within the time frame that they gave me. And I took it a fucking step at a time, a chapter at a time, and, you know, really like put that shit off to the very last minute and grinded it out at the very end. But it was the fact that I believed in my ability to learn the material that made me able to do so and pass the certification. And I was able to accomplish, you know, whatever the couple things that I just listed off, just by trusting in my abilities to learn what the fuck I was going to have to learn to get where the fuck I was trying to go. Another example is the guitar. Like, I've tried to play the guitar plenty of times, and it was super fucking hard. And I wanted to bitch that my fingers weren't long enough, and I couldn't stretch them and do all the shit that I needed to do. But I knew that somebody out there had done it, and I just put my fucking head down and kept practicing and practicing and practicing. And now I can kind of play the guitar. All of this was just from trusting in my ability to learn, trusting in my ability to do what was necessary to achieve. And it's not to say that when I set out to do any of these things that I thought that I was going to be great at it. It's not to say that, you know, there wasn't fear, self-doubt, and, you know, a range of other emotions involved. It's just saying that I made a commitment to do it, and that I trusted in myself to be able to follow through on that commitment. The thing is, every time I achieved, every time I got to where I was going and accomplished whatever it was I set out to do, it reinforced the self-efficacy. So I set out to do this, and it was hard, and there were times that I doubted myself. There was times that I questioned my motives, but I made it through. I persevered. I accomplished what it was that I set out to do. And if I can get through this, then I can get through this. And if I can get through this, then I can get through this. And it's just this ongoing upward spiral of positive emotions and, you know, growth throughout the process. The thing is, if you choose a goal or a direction and you trust yourself to recalibrate, pivot, and keep moving forward until you succeed, then succeeding itself will be reinforced, and you'll be likely to move forward onto the next level. On the contrary, every time you fail to act, the opposite is true. Distrust in yourself or expectations of failure tend to generate the actions that will turn them into realities. And the realities confirm and strengthen the original beliefs. If whatever the task at hand is seems overwhelming, break it down into smaller, biteable, chewable pieces. What is the next thing I can do? What can I do right now? Don't so much focus on how to get from A to Z, but focus on how to get from A to B and B to C. Take it in steps, progressively. When I did that certification, I worked it from the beginning of the book to the back, one chapter at a time, and then went back and revisited areas that I needed to really stress. So it's about progress, not perfection. I'm sure there's plenty of examples of things that you've overcome in your life, struggles, you know, things that were difficult in the beginning. Like, learning a new skill is never easy in the beginning. You know, anyone who's ever learned to play an instrument, it's fucking tough. Anyone who's ever, you know, if you've been to school, you have a college degree, you spent years learning new material, staying up late, writing papers, you know, studying for exams. These things are processes over a period of time. And just like all of that, you know, learning to believe in yourself is going to be a process as well. It's about trusting yourself and enjoying the process. The type of self-trust I'm talking about is that deep down in your core, in your gut, in your fucking bone self-trust that tells you and lets you know that you're going to make it through, you're going to get to where you're going, and you're going to fucking kill everything in your way to get there. I'm sure we've all been through something in our lives that was extremely difficult, where we made it to the other side, and we're like, holy shit, how the fuck did I get through that? Whether it be a breakup, you know, a college degree, whatever it may be, we've been through some struggles, and when we made it to the other side, we were on top of the fucking world. So what I'm saying here is find that one thing. Find that one thing that you made it through that you were like, how the fuck did I do that? Because it hurt so fucking bad. Because it was so fucking uncomfortable. And use that shit. Use it to fucking solidify that confidence in yourself, that trust in yourself, to let you know you can do whatever the fuck you want. Whatever it is that you are going to set out to do, you are going to fucking kill it. You are going to be a motherfucking gangster, and you're going to own that shit. And you take it and you use it and you apply it in all the areas of your life that you're looking to excel and grow in, and you make it to the fucking top, dude. And when you find that beast mode self-trust, hold on to it and don't fucking let it go. Ride it to the top. But if you lose sight, if there's some fear involved, if you get uncomfortable, if you lose faith in yourself or whatever you're trying to set out to do, remind yourself of that. Remind yourself that you went through some fucking tough shit that you never thought that you'd be able to make it through. And here you are today, alive and well, working on bettering yourself, watching this video, that you're a fucking gangster and that you're not going to fucking stop. And if you don't have that experience in your life, if you've never trudged through the fucking darkness to make it to the other side, then, you know, if you've never struggled for anything, then this channel's probably not for you. So trust yourself, learn, grow, own shit, and never settle. Fuck the bottom of my